Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. We are running through some season-long props for different rushers, passers, and receivers, and we are still on the quarterbacks, and it is time to talk about a guy who had a career year last year. Maybe not with yards, but definitely through touchdown range, and that is Cam Newton, who comes in from Bet365 with a total of 3,775 and a half passing yards this season. Now, despite losing Kelvin Benjamin, the Carolina offense was the best in the NFL last year, scoring 500 points, averaging 31.3 a game. And guess what? They get Benjamin back this year to add to that passing game that saw Ted Ginn go for a bunch of deep touchdowns. Devin Funchess came on late last year, towards the end of the year, and a little bit in the playoffs as well. And of course, Cam Newton had over 38, almost 3,900 passing yards with 35 touchdowns. He ran for another 10 touchdowns on the ground as well. This year, though, they're setting Newton's passing yards right around the same to what they were last year. And it actually seems to be a pretty sharp number, considering that he has only gone for 4,000 yards once in his career. And last year, the Carolina Panthers ranked first in rushing attempts per game, which limited the amount of upside, even though he did throw the ball 495 times, I believe. Still had rushing attempts of about 33.2 per game last season. But if you think about it, Jonathan Stewart is still a very old back, and he still missed 3 games last year, ran for almost 1,000 yards, but his outlook on the season, not very great. Usually misses some games. He's only played 13 the last 2 years, and the 2 years before that he played in a total of 15 out of 32 possible games. So not the pillar of health is Jonathan Stewart, and if he goes down, the Panthers' running game might go with it, and that might force Newton open up it a little bit more and throw the ball. And with Benjamin coming back to add to Funchess and of course Greg Olsen, they have one of the deepest receiving starters, or one of the best starting units in the league right now, especially in the NFC. Jonathan Stewart, like I said, 242 carries last year, but if he can't do that again, I think you could see Carolina's offense open it up a little bit more, maybe throw the ball just a little bit more, not quite lead the league in rushing attempts like they did in 2015. If that's the case, Newton's easily going to have over his yards total here. Once again, he could move back to the 4,000 yard range. If you think about it, Benjamin and Olsen are easily 1,000-yard receivers. That only means they're going to need about 1,800 for guys like Ginn Jr., Stewart, and Funchess. That's easily attainable, I think, this season. So over 3,775 and a half is my play here at Bet365 for Cam Newton at -125. Best of luck to you on that one. Make sure you check out some of the other quarterback, running back, and receiver previews as we head full steam into the NFL preseason here in a couple of weeks. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.